What's up, America? The world? You back on the Power Hour with your host, me, Power. And I'm going to jump right into it. I'm solo tonight. No via calls, no in-house guests, nothing like that, baby. It's just me and my Adabisi on tonight. You heard me? Tonight I'm going to start off with, don't you just hate things you hate? Could be anything. Like, damn. Don't you hate that Peyton Manning got traded to the Denver Broncos and he ain't with the Colts? It's just some cats that's supposed to retire with that one team. You know what I'm saying? I hate that, that he got traded. Something else you hate. To all my weed smokers out there, don't you hate when you get down to that last drop in your bag? Ooh, that's a terrible thing. Boy, I remember those days. What else? What else is something you hate? What else is something you hate? Don't you hate these fucking gas prices? $22 a gallon? This is some bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about that's driving a Honda. That's some bullshit. Don't you hate that shit? Oh, I hate that shit, man. What else I hate? Don't you hate when you go to a fast food restaurant and you tell them specifically, let me get a hamburger with onions only, no mustard, no mayo, medium fry, medium Coke. And you get your shit, and these motherfuckers got all kinds of shit on it that ain't shit that you wanted. It ain't even a fucking hamburger. It's a fucking chicken sandwich. Don't you hate that shit? I hate that shit. What else you hate, man? Don't you hate all this bullshit everybody got bad to say about President Obama? You understand what I'm saying? Like Bush was fucking anything. You understand what I'm saying? Stop the hating. You heard me? Stop the hating. What else I hate? Don't you hate that the game is only 30 minutes and not an hour? My woman got me watching that show. It is a pretty good show. You know what I'm saying? I was hating on that shit for about 2 years, but it's a decent show. Now that I'm into it, I hate that shit. It's only 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? What else I hate? Don't you hate when you gotta like mind freeze and you can't think of shit else to talk about what you hate? I don't know. So anyway, since I'm gonna switch it up on that, let's talk about bum ass dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? All these bum ass cats is out there in the world acting like, you this, you tough, you a man, you this and that. You can't even, hold your own. Stop fronting. You know what I'm saying? Be the little boy that you really are at heart. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can front like they're a man. But let me tell you something, son. It take a real man to raise your family. You understand what I'm saying? It take a real man to know that he got to make a decision that may take him away from his family just so he can provide for his family so that they don't have to want for nothing and they have everything that they want and that they need. That's real man shit. Not just because you got something swinging between your legs and you can possibly or may not produce a child. That don't make you no man. What makes you a man is taking care of your responsibilities, being able to say I'm right when I'm right and I'm wrong when I'm wrong. That's what makes a man, in my opinion. Now, granted, this is just my opinion. So some people may say that I'm wrong, but I don't. But yeah, I'm a little perturbed right now if I've used that word, right? Because there's a lot of fake-ass, punk-ass little boys out there acting like they men and shit. And then you get them up in that box, wherever that box may be. You know what I'm saying? When you challenge them, you find out that they ain't nothing but a little punk-ass boy. You understand what I'm saying? That shit just, man. Now, that's something that I hate. Don't you hate that? You see what I'm saying? I hate that shit. Back to the something you hate. One of my shows is the first 48 hours. Man, I love that shit, right? Don't you hate when the motherfucker that they didn't, that didn't do the shooting, pop, 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 and kill the motherfucker. He be all tough and shit, and they get him up in that box. Don't you hate how they just break him down and he started crying? I did it, man. He had a gun on me. I be like, nah, you was bad when you was out there shooting. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of get back to my subject about being a man, because I was watching this episode today, and this guy, he shot this guy for no reason. He didn't even have nothing to do with it. His boys just called him over there, right? So he came over there shooting. So he was all big and bad and tough when he was outside. They had it on videotape, so they show him out there. He big and bad. Then they get him in the box and break him down. You heard me? They break him down, and then he want to start crying like, officer, just let me see my son. Please, let me see my son. And I'll tell you everything you want. And so the detective was like, excuse me, y'all. The detective was like, yo, how old is your son? He like, 4 years old. If you let me see my son, I'll tell you anything I want. Excuse me, America. I got a habit for these miles. But anyway, the detective was like, nah, you're going to tell me what I want to know. Then you can see your son. But my point is, now you want to be concerned about your son, that you realize your ass about to go to jail for 23 years. You wasn't out there concerned for your son when you was out there trying to be hard in front of your boys shooting. You understand what I'm saying? That shit don't make you a man. Let me tell you something. If it come down to me proving myself to that I'm a man to my boys or to my sons and my 2 daughters, man, fuck my boys every time. You heard me? Fuck my boys every time. Don't nothing come over my kids. I'm on some real shit right now, so y'all gotta excuse me. That's why I got my own show, so I can do what I want to do and talk about what I want to talk about. But I ain't never felt like I had to prove my manhood to my boys. Now to my daughters and my son and my woman, that's who the fuck I gotta prove my manhood to. That's it. Nobody else. Everybody else can kiss my black ass. And that's what killed me about these dudes that's supposed to be tough and men. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to take care of their responsibilities because what I'm saying is this. If you was concerned about your fucking son, I ain't saying ain't nothing wrong with kicking it with your homeboy, smoking weed, drinking, whatever you want to do. That's what I do. You understand what I'm saying? I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? But when I do what I do, I'm always thinking about my kids. And I'm always concerned about my kids because I know when I am out and if I am going to have a drink, not to have too much where I'm not going to be able to drive home to my kids. I've made that mistake before. Blessed, I never had no accident, but I said I'd never do it again. So that's why I say anything that I say, I done did it. So I ain't better than nobody. But I learned. I never put myself in that position again. So I'm like, if you was concerned about your son, you should have been concerned about your son when you was out there shooting niggas and shit. Excuse me for using the N-word across America. I try not to use that, but that subject got me pissed. Because I'm a father. And everything that I do, I think about my kids. You see what I'm saying? Everything that I do. You know what I'm saying? I think about my kids. Even if I'm driving on the highway, I may want to speed, but I'm like, you know what? Ooh, let me slow down. Because me slowing down may make it so that I get home to my kids, and me speeding, you understand what I'm saying, may cause me to have an accident. So everything I do, so that's why I'm like, nah, don't think about when I see my son. And I know how that is. Y'all may say that's kind of harsh. It is harsh a little bit, I guess. But you should have been thinking about your son when you was out there popping caps. If you wasn't popping a cap for your son, you shouldn't have been shooting the fucking gun in the first place. That's just my opinion, and that's how I feel. Now anyway, but that's just some shit that I'm on today. But how you doing, America? I love y'all. All I'm saying is, fellas, man up, for real. It's time for us to just really man up, and if you got kids, really take care of your kids and be in their life. Do shit with them. You understand what I'm saying? And these weekend daddies, that's the worst shit. Oh man, them weekend daddies. That's some bullshit. I ain't never heard of no shit like that. I mean, I have, but you know, court order or not, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong. You know, people may see this show and say, well, you know, you may have your own little issues. You know, with your thing. You know, don't worry about my thing. I got my thing. I'm getting my thing better. Let me say it like that. I'm getting my thing better, and the Lord is gonna bless me to get my thing right. So I'm working on mine. And please believe it, anybody that see this that know me and want to say anything different, you call me. You know the number. You heard 770 bleep 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 bleep. You call me and tell it to the face. Because anybody who know me know that anything I say, I back my words up. Please believe it. But anyway, that's my show. I just got a little personal, but it is what it is. I'm gonna take my glasses off. Psych. Never take my glasses off of y'all. Holla at me. Thank y'all for tuning in for the Power Hour. This is my show. Love you. Good night.